And welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance. We are about to tell Suratzik the location of the Bandit camp. The only thing that's a bit odd is that there is a camp. I'm not sure if it's Suratzik camping there or if it's the Bandits, and it's a... I don't know, like with the side mission here, with the apothecary. He also sent us to a monastery, but yeah, the marker stays on him still. But I think it is the soldiers. I mean, last time we were there in the camp and it looked like there were soldiers, even though there was a bandit right in front of them, and when we fast traveled here there were several bandit attacks, or attacks at least. But it could be Ratzik, we will see now. Last time they were asleep because it was night, so maybe they are not asleep anymore. Yeah, okay, they are soldiers, alright.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
Sir, I've been to Ujitz, and the parish priest there is very odd indeed. He's very handy with a sword. Do you know anything about him, sir?
Godwin? Aye, an intriguing fellow. He's the youngest son of one of the lords of Kuttenberg. He was sent to the university to become a priest, as is customary with the youngest son. But he didn't much care for it. So when he finished studying, instead of taking up his parish, he went roaming. I imagine he had a pretty adventurous life. And then one day he came back and settled down. Hanush would know more about him.
I have some news about the investigation, sir.
Good. Tell me.
I went to Ujit, where they told me I could find Lubosh, only someone had murdered him. It seems they're trying to cover their tracks and get rid of witnesses.
Indeed. The whole affair is becoming ever more suspicious. Have you any further clues?
I found out about another one of them, a crony of Limpy Lubosh's. They call him Riki, and he comes from Nadechko.
You're doing a good job, but you need to be careful. Have you found this Riki fellow?
I'm afraid my news isn't good, sir.
I might have expected as much. Tell me the worst.
This Riki fellow was hiding out in the woods, and his former accomplices really did want to kill him, because he, Limpy Lubosh and others deserted them in Neuhof. It seems they wanted no part in the killing. Anyway, Riki told me they were hired by a bandit they call Runt. He's the one who stole your sword. Those murdering whoresons weren't after loot. They just wanted to do damage. And the worst thing is, they have an encampment in the area, and they're getting ready to make more trouble.
Sakra. Anything else?
That's all I've found out so far, sir.
All right. Come back and report to me as soon as you learn anything new.
About that encampment, sir.
What is it, lad?
I found out about the camp from another of the bandits who deserted. He's called Timmy. Big fellow, but more brawn than brain. The camp is an abandoned village in the woods to the west of Talmberg.
Good work, lad. Have you been to check it out? Do you know how many of them there are?
I don't know much apart from where it is.
We really need to find out more. Could you go back there and try to discover anything that could help us in the assault? The more we know, the better. And if you could carry out some sabotage while you're in there, it would be invaluable. But don't take any unnecessary risks. I don't want to lose you.
Certainly, sir. That is... I'll do what I can.
That's what I like to hear.
You'll be our eyes and ears, lad. Our success will depend on what you find out. Go, and get back here as soon as you can. Meanwhile, I'll muster my men.
I'll find out what I can and be right back.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
hate those perks that always come with a negativity. I mean, it's not a perk, it doesn't get you much when... Like the horse perk. Yeah, okay, the one thing is you are faster, but you have less weight. The other, you can carry more, but you are slower. I'm not sure if there may be races. I won't do races on free will, but maybe there are races that are forced in the main story or stuff. Don't want to have a slow horse then. So far the inventory is big enough because I sell stuff often, but still it's... All the other perks, like here... Where was it? Drinking, of course, it's all fuck. Yeah, okay, I can drink more beer, but then not wine, or wine on not beer. And this is also shitty. Why should I want to have a shaky hand with a bow when I'm sober? It's more negative. And the main level here also, all these fuck up things. Okay, you're better with this, but you're less better than it with that. Here. Okay, +2 strength, but -1 on charisma and speech. +2 on stealth, but -1 on strength and speech. Blah blah, blah blah, blah blah. Fuck you with those things, who needs that? It's not that you can do like a job in this game where you know that you need one thing, like maybe in Gothic, you know. When you say, I don't know, I will become a mage. And I need magic, but I don't need strength for weapons and stuff. Or I want to become a warrior and then I don't need magic. It's not like this because you need everything here, so it doesn't make sense to use a perk that fucks up other things.
Hey, get out of here! This is no place for the likes of you! them, men. Get ready to bleed. What's your game, you beggar? We've a job to do. Clear off or you'll regret it. Well, you call that combat?
What have we got here? Entertainment. Great! Don't see Jim. Ow. Ha.
You going? You're dead.
God bless you. What troubles you?
some game?
Is there anything you'd like to buy? What'll it be? Show me what you have for sale.
Come this way, neighbour, for the finest game around. Hey, Goodman, don't you want to lay your
A moat. It would take a while to get across, and there's nowhere to shelter from arrows.
Mit merezgeted itt a szemed? Takarodj, mielőtt 3-ig számolok, különben... Hé, te! Azonnal fordulj meg és kotródj, különben porul jársz. Mit akarsz ott? Kotródj, mielőtt lövök. Semmi dolgod itt. Semmi keresni valód itt. Pusztulj innen, vagy átjukasztalak. Ez volt... Mit keresel itt? Véletlenül kibújtál anyád szoknyája alól? Passzás! Gyere csak, te fosod!
But good thing it saved. I didn't see that it saved. I thought I have to go all the way again.
Stockade. A handful of men could hold it for quite a while. Good ground for a big fight, but not much cover.
He does it.
Do you have anything to say?
I didn't do nothing wrong. Let me go.
Nem csináltam semmit. Engedjetek el.
Ez hazugság! Az egész az ő hibája volt.
I heard you had some trouble with our Cuman brothers.
Kiprovokálta a harcot, amikor a cimboráival leszúrtak 2 embert.
He started fight. His friend killed 2 men.
Just even dogs, sir. Don't listen to what they're...
For the last time! Sigismund's mercenaries are guests in our camp, and we treat guests as our own.
Mi itt vendégek vagyunk, ezért tisztelettel kell, hogy bánjanak velünk.
Igen, ennek így kell lennie.
How do you want to punish him?
Milyen büntetést tartogat számomra?
Engedd szabadon. A többiek emlékezni fognak rá.
Let him go. Others will remember it.
You let these dogs tell you what to do. And you call yourself a leader?
A faszomba.
No more unnecessary fighting. We are one camp, one army. So fucking remember that!
Inkább neki.
Hey, fuck this!
Bring it on! Going
on! What are you doing here? You tired of life, are you?
What are you doing there? Right there. Get over here!
Go ahead and gather your strength. You need it. What's the matter? Come on.
I hate this in this game. When you get in trouble in a fight, you can't leave. They are always faster than you. You can't. I know, it's just fucked up.
Bridge. That'll make it easier to cross the earthwork. There's open ground on both sides of it, and it's the fastest route for an attack.
Come here, Lily Liver!
Yeah, fuck you, man.
The stockade. A handful of men could hold it for quite a while. Good ground for a big fight, but not much cover. bridge. That'll make it easier to cross the earthworks. There's open ground on both sides of it, but it's the fastest route for an attack.
Much easier this way, avoiding the fucking cutscene.
How are you, Henry? God bless you. What troubles you?
I'm back from scouting, sir.
Excellent. What have you found out?
They're up to something in the middle of the camp. It looked like they were making several long ladders.
Ladders? That sounds like they're planning a siege. I like this less and less. On the other hand, we can use that to our advantage. If we can capture those ladders, we can use them to scale their own fortifications.
There's an overgrown, ruined village in the woods where they're dug in.
That sounds like Pribyslavitz. It used to belong to Sir Divish before Havelmedic attacked and torched it, and then imprisoned Divish. It's been left abandoned ever since. I was hoping they wouldn't be so organized. Earthworks and fortifications. That's quite a different matter from routing some rabble out of the woods.
I took a look at their arms and armour. They're not a proper army, but they're equipped quite well.
What about archers?
There's a few of them, and they're positioned well. If we charge them head-on, they'll probably do us a lot of damage.
I don't like the sound of that. It complicates the situation. Dealing with them before the battle would be the best option.
I tried to count them.
And how many of them are there? Bear in mind I'm relying on what you say. We'll have to call for reinforcements, and that's no simple matter. Every man that comes with us will be lacking somewhere else. And I don't want bandits pillaging some other town because there's no one left to mount a defense.
There's quite a few of them there.
Perdition. We'll definitely need reinforcements. I think the Talmberg men should suffice. I don't like leaving the castle unprotected, but there's no other option.
It's mostly bandits in the camp. They're not villagers with pitchforks, but not regular soldiers either.
No more than I expected. I have no fear of them, but underestimating the enemy can be fatal.
That's about all I saw, sir. I didn't notice anything else.
That's all right. Did you manage any sabotage while you were there, as I asked you?
No, sir.
Never mind. You did a good job anyway, and you deserve a reward. But now we must get ready to set out as soon as possible and put an end to them. I need you to go to Sir Divish in Talmberg and tell him to send Captain Robard and his men to our aid. There's not enough of us here in the camp.
You can rely on me, sir. What should I tell him?
Tell him to take all his men. Leave only the bare minimum at the castle and march to Pribyslavitz. I'll take everyone but for 1 or 2 sentries. Hopefully together we'll have enough men to defeat them.
All right, I'll get going.
And be quick. We've no time to spare. God be with you.
There might be a huge battle coming now. Could be interesting. What's up with the quest log?
Welcome, Henry. Jesus, look where you're going.
Hey, Henry's come to see you.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
Sir Radzig sent me with an important message. He asked for reinforcements.
He needs more men? What's going on?
The bandits and humans have set up camp in Pribyslavitz. They're preparing for something. Sir Radzig wants to mount an assault on them, but he doesn't have enough men.
Hang on. Easy now. From the beginning. What happened?
I managed to track down the camp of the bandits who raided Neuhof. But it's not just a gang of brigands. More like a small army in a fortified encampment. I don't know what they're up to, but I'm sure they're getting ready for something. And Sir Radzig wants to destroy them before they get a chance.
So it's worse than I thought. But Sir Radzig is right. We should do something about them before it's too late. I'll send my soldiers.
Sir Radzig said to take all your men and leave only a minimum guard at the castle.
What? Everyone?
There really are a lot of them, Sir Divish. He's leaving the camp almost empty too. We're to go and join his people in Pribyslavitz and mount an assault together.
All right then. Sir Radzig knows what he's doing. I'll muster the men and send them with Captain Robard in command. Would you lead my men there right now?
Yes, sir.
May God be with you in battle.
Oh, it's on. It's on.
Sir Radzig. I'm glad to see you, Captain Robard. I hope Henry's explained everything to you.
He did, but I find it hard to believe. Who could possibly put together such a significant military force, and right under our noses?
We'll just have to find out, but I don't think we will until after a battle. If we don't deal with them now, who knows what they'll be capable of in a week or two.
I agree entirely, my lord. What's the plan?
Right, lad. We're almost at the place you described. Now we'll have to advance cautiously. I need you to tell me how it looks around the camp so I can decide which side to lead the attack from.
Sir, that's a big responsibility. I don't think I should...
I asked you a question, boy. You've been there and seen everything, so speak up.
There are 3 ways to get in. Directly along the straight path to the camp, the long way round through the woods and over an old weir, or by a narrow bridge over a deep ditch.
Let's start with the direct route. That sounds like the easiest approach. How does it look there?
That path leads round their battlements. It's fortified and patrolled. The chances are they'd shower us with arrows on the way.
It's a good thing you're here, Henry. We'll have to try another way then. What about the approach through the woods and the weir? I don't like the idea of marching such a long way over rough ground, but if it's the better option...
It's a long way through the woods, and there are patrols there as well. They'll call the alarm before we reach the camp.
I thought so. What about the last approach, over the bridge? It's a bit narrow for my liking.
It's narrow, all right, but once we get over, we can quickly occupy the best ground for a battle. We only have to take down a few archers.
The battleground sounds inviting, but that bridge and the archers... It's not an easy decision. Each option has its pros and cons.
Well, I try to answer to the best of my ability, sir.
And you'll be suitably rewarded for your efforts. From what you say, the route over the bridge is the best option. If we're fast, we'll have the advantage. With the help of God, we'll win this day. We'll approach from the south and storm them over the bridge. Form up. Forward march.